Good morning, class. This morning, we will begin with the modern India. The last topic for NBC Prelims 2024. Okay, today we will discuss about a very important topic known as why have the European come to India? Okay, and who was the permanent ruler of India? Just like so many Europeans have come to India in the modern period, but who have settled in India and who ruled over India till 1947? So we will discuss about the 5 Europeans who come to India during this period. So see, modern India, even though it's a vast topic, okay, you can expect 18 to 20 questions every year, and mains also 50 marks. Prelims, you can expect at least minimum 15 to 20. And remember, this modern India, even though it is vast, it is easy. Okay, most of these are very easy. Somehow, practically, you know it somehow. So, modern India, see, 18th century, okay, end of the 18th century till 1947. Try to focus the question, the events which took place in the late 18th century till 1947. So, today, I will discuss about why have the European tried to come to India, especially in the East India, okay, which means the Indian. For what reason the European? Why have they come to India? Yes, suddenly they will not come. There should be some reason. So let's see the reason. Why have these people come to India? We all know industrial revolution is began in Europe in the 14th century. Yes, because of that we need raw materials. See, the Europeans, they are in search of raw materials. Because without raw materials, we cannot have any finished product. For that reason, they have to travel. So first is the wealth. We all know India is a rich country. Even in the ancient period, in the medieval period, so many countries of the world, the foreigners, tries to attack India because they all already know India is a rich country. For that reason, the Europeans also try to rule over the Indian subcontinent. And remember, second is spices, were in high demand in Europe. Okay, Vasco da Gama, the Europeans, the Portuguese, they are in search of these spices. Next is they are in search of silk. And remember, on top of that, it was in the field of navigation and industry. How will you travel from America, from England, from Brazil, from Portugal? How can you come to India? Only through the oceans, right? And they have the perfection in the field of ship, the navy, Okay, ship manufacturing industry. For that reason, easily they can come, they can take the oil, the raw materials, And that is how these people will come. Remember, there are 5 Europeans who come to India in the modern period, which is too important. But from the NBC point of view, the most important part is the British. Today I'm going to discuss about all the five countries, but I'm going to discuss about why only the British were able to establish the rule over India till 1947. We will discuss 2 important battles. The Battle of Plassey in the Boxer, which laid the foundation in strengthening the role of the British rule in India. So, remember, This is the chronological order. The first Europeans that came to India in the modern period is the Portuguese, the Dutch, the English, the Denmark, and the French. Chronological order you have to go. First is the Portuguese, second is the Dutch, which means the Netherlands, then third comes the British or the England, and fourth is the Danish, which means the Denmark, 1616, and the French is 1664. Remember, when I said 1498 is medieval India, right? But this was the first day when these people have come. And in the modern period, 17th, 18th, 19th century, they will almost roll over some part of India. Alright, so this is for your personal information. This is to important. Why it is medieval, but why we're studying the modern? Because first time they have come. So now, see, remember, it was only the English which ruled the Portuguese and French somehow. In some part of India, they have ruled over India, which we are going to discuss today. But it was only the English which captured the entire India and ruled till 1947. So we will discuss about how the British established, how they captured India. But firstly, before that, I will discuss the Portuguese, the Dutch, the Denmark, and the French. A little bit about this basic information about this topic, because these are all part of the modern India. So let's start with the Portuguese. Yeah, it's a crash course, so I will hardly take this only 10 minutes in every topic. Okay, it's a crash course. So I won't be able to give you all the notes detail, but every time you feel free to join this coaching. Okay, with a minimum account. If you want to be a part of this School of NPC and SSP, you can just approach us. The Portuguese, Vasco da Gama. Okay, 17 May 1498, Gallipet. Okay. This right now. It was Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese, led by Gujarat pilot Abdul Majid. Okay, Abdul Majid. Gujarat led by a local pilot, Gujarat known as Abdul Majid. Accompanied Vasco da Gama, and he landed the city of Calicut. And King Zamarin was running over this area. He happily accepted Vasco da Gama. But for what reason? Why have he come? Vasco da Gama, a Portuguese, on 17th May 1498. For what reason? What reason he came? He stayed in India for 3 months. We all know he came for spices and libretto. Okay. Spices. Okay. Spices and pepper. These are the 2 things he was coming for India, and he took these spices and pepper to his country. He was very much happy. He sold it in a huge profit. This is known as Vasco da Gama. Vasco da Gama, the first Portuguese traveler to India in the modern period. They were the first European to come to India in the modern period. Now, see, they really want to capture this area, especially in the South India, Cochin, you know. Okay, so remember, the first Portuguese capital in India is Cochin, often asked in NBSC. What was the capital city of the Portuguese? It is the Cochin. But remember, the capital was shifted in the year 1530 to Goa. Often asked in NBSC. If NBSC asks you, the permanent headquarters of the Portuguese is the Cochin. Okay, it is Goa, the Goa state, the smallest city in India. But before it was Cochin. Cochin is the early capital city of the Portuguese, and Goa is the remnant city. So I want to discuss who transferred the capital city. Okay, so remember, see, the government of Portuguese feel like it's a very good place to do business. So let us appoint a person to look after the Portuguese in India, especially in the South India. So the first Portuguese governor in India is Francisco de Almeida. The first Portuguese governor in India is the the first Portuguese governor in India is known as the Francisco de Almeida. I may pronounce it a bit wrong, but please excuse me for that. Francisco de Almeida is the first Portuguese governor in India, appointed for 3 years. Appointed for a period of 3 years. This is too important. See, in the year 505 AD, the first time the Portuguese governor was appointed. Remember, he's too important because of two reasons. He introduced the blue water policy and Cartesian system, which I'm going to explain now. Francisco Almeida introduced the blue water policy. What is this blue water policy? Blue water policy means the Portuguese should become the master of the Indian Ocean. That means every part of the Indian Ocean should be controlled and captured by the Portuguese. That is known as the blue water policy, which is often known as NBC. Next is Cartesian system. ZE. Cartesian system, which means every ship which is traveling in the control area of the Portuguese in India should receive a pass. That is a license. It's a trade license. You have to receive a trade license, a pass from the Portuguese. If you are traveling through the Portuguese control area in India, that means you have to pass some taxes. You have to pay some taxes, which is known as the Cartesian system. So blue water policy, Cartesian system might be asked in BSc. And Francisco Almeida is the first governor to be appointed in India for 3 years in the year 1505. Next will be the just like Alfonso, the next Portuguese capital. Alfonso de Albuquerque. The second Portuguese governor in India is Alfonso de Albuquerque. He is the second Portuguese governor of India. Alfonso de Albuquerque. Remember, he is the second Portuguese governor in India. He abolished the sati system, which was prevalent in those times. The most important thing he did in India was he abolished the sati system in India. And remember, he captured Goa from the ruler of Vijaipur. Vijaipur was a powerful kingdom during the medieval period. So Goa, the city of Goa, the small city was captured by this person. And next is Ninuda, the third governor, Ninuda Punha. Ninuda Punha is the third Portuguese governor of India. He transferred the capital city. Remember, one more thing, please remember. Alfonso de Albuquerque is the real founder of the Portuguese rule in India. Please write on the bracket. Alfonso de Albuquerque is the real founder of the Portuguese rule in India. He is the second Portuguese governor to be appointed in India, and he captured Goa from the ruler of Vijaipur. And the next important governor, the third governor is Ninuda Punha. And he shifted the capital city of the Portuguese from Cochin to Goa. So as of now, from the NTC preliminary point of view, just remember this one. We don't have much time. So as from the just like for the European coming to India, remember all this. So I will read once more. The Portuguese were the first to come to India in the modern period, and it was Vasco da Gama who landed the city of Calicut. And the day is 17 May 1498. And remember, King Zamorin happily accepted, and he was having a guide known as Abdul Majid, the Gujarat pilot. So this might be us. So next is the next Portuguese governor, the next European to come to India is the Dutch, which means the Netherlands. Okay, the next topic is, it was the Dutch, the Netherlands, who were the second European to come to India in the modern period. Remember, the Dutch East India Company was set up in the year 1602. Please write down. The Dutch East India Company, United East India Company of the Netherlands, or the Dutch East India Company, was set up in the year 1602. And their first headquarters was established in Masulipatam in present day Andhra Pradesh. Okay, Masulipatam is their first headquarters established in the year 1605. 1605. Okay, Masulipatam. And remember, they also came to India for business. Okay, but unfortunately, it was the English who defeated the Dutch very badly in the Battle of Bidara, 1759. After that, they went away. Okay, it was the English who defeated the Dutch in the Battle of Bidara. So please remember, this is too important from the APC point of view. The Dutch were defeated by the English in the Battle of Bidara in the year 1759. After that, the Dutch went home. Okay, they also came just for economic reason. Okay, they came for one more point. Please write down. The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. The Dutch traded in silk, cotton, indigo, rice, and opium. The credit for making the Indian textile, the primary export from India, goes to Dutch. That means it was the Dutch who have introduced the textile industry in India. That's the reason India became one of the largest producers of textile even today. Who have introduced it? Was the Netherlands, the Dutch. So this is something you have to remember. Masulipatam is often asked in NBC from NBC point of view. And remember, Indian textile industry flourished because of it was the Dutch who introduced it. And wherever in what product they traded, the Dutch traded in silk, cotton, tobacco, and just like cotton and opium. These are all tobaccos. So this is all about. The third is the English. It was rank is too important. The English were the third European to come to India and ruled till 1947. It was finally the English who ruled over India. But from the APC point of view, I will discuss that later. Okay, that is the most important part. As of now, I'm going to discuss the fourth one, the Denmark, the Danish. Danish, which is the Denmark. Okay, Shirambur, Jangovar. The Danes or Denmark, Danish East India Company. Danish East India Company was from the year 1616. Okay. The Dutch East India Company, the Denmark or the Danish East India Company was from the year 1616. And remember, they have two headquarters in India. Shirambur, which is represent the West Bengal, and Jangovar, which is represent the Tamil Nadu. And remember, the only European which is only concerned with missionary. We have 5 Europeans, they're all for business, but these people are for missionary. The Denmark, the Danes or Danes are famous only for the missionary activities in India, and two headquarters, two important, Shirambur and Jangovar. And the Dutch, the Denmark or the Danes East India Company was from the year 1616. That will do. Last is the French. The French. You like the topic? I hope this prelims, English, 3 to 4 marks easily you will get, right? Modern India, even though it's a pass, if you are strong here, who can reject you, right? No one can reject you if you are strong here in the modern India. And modern India somehow, even by casework, you can get some point. Tomorrow you come, okay, tomorrow also same. At 2:30 I will start with role of Mahatma Gandhi in Subhash Chandra Bose in the freedom struggle, which is almost 30% of the modern India syllabus. Okay, here I'm going to discuss in the last point I will end up with the Indian National Congress. Everything in the modern India, suppose tomorrow we are going to launch a very important project. Okay, movement. It has to be first approved in the Indian National Congress meeting. So tomorrow is a very important topic coming up. So every one of you, as an aspirant, I want all of you to attend the class. Okay. The French East India Company was known as this, conducted this in this Orientalist from the year 1664. This is the name of the French business body, East India Company, known as Combactitis Indies Orientalis. And remember, they established the first headquarters in the place called Pondicherry. Pondicherry is the first headquarters of the French. Okay, Combactitis Indies Orientalis, which was from the year 1664. 1664. So now I will discuss about the French in the English. They are all businessmen, right? So they will fight again. They will fight. 3 important battles I will discuss today. The French and the English will fight 3 important battles. And remember, which treaty has ended the war? This is very important. So in every battle there will be a treaty, which will be a peace treaty. So let's see the 3 battles. Okay, why have the 3 wars occurred? Anglo-French rivalry or Anglo-French war. Okay, I will give you the reason why I have the French and the English solved for 3 times. Okay, but first of all, write the date because from the examination point of view, this is too important. The first Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1746, and it went for 2 years, till 1748. And Aix-la-Chapelle. The Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle ended the first Anglo-French War. The second Anglo, that Anglo means English. The second English-French War occurred in the year 1749 till 1753. And it was the Treaty of Pondicherry that ended the second Anglo-French War. Third Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1758. And it ended in the year 1763. And it was Treaty of Paris. The Treaty of Paris ended the third Anglo-French War. So after this, the English have become the master. They are the one who is going to rule over India. So now, remember all this just from the personal point of view. First Anglo-French War, second Anglo-French War, third Anglo-French War. That is important. 1746 till 1748. Which treaty has ended the first Anglo-French War? Aix-la-Chapelle. Second Anglo-French War found in the year 1749. Treaty of Pondicherry ended the second Anglo-French War. Third Anglo-French War occurred in the year 1753, and it was the Treaty of Paris that ended the third Anglo-French War. Now let's see the reason. Why have the war occurred? Okay, we will start from the beginning. The first Anglo-French War. Okay, only one reason the war occurred, because the English captured some French ship in India. The only one reason is that the English captured some French ship. In retaliations, the French captured the city of Madras, which was the headquarters of the British in the South India. Because of this reason, the war has occurred. And finally, the war has come to an end by the Aix-la-Chapelle. All these areas were relocated. You take this much, I'll take this much. No confusion. What was the reason? It was the British who captured terms. French ship in retaliations. The French captured the city of Madras. That is the end of it. That is the reason why the war occurred. Second reason, second Anglo-French War. Second Anglo-French War. Second Anglo-French War. Hyderabad is in Andhra Pradesh. Yes, present day in South India. Karnataka is also a part of South India today. Remember, the reason is like this. The ruler of Hyderabad or in Karnataka passed away, died. Okay, so there are two persons, Nazir Jung, Muzaffar Jung. Both of them wants to be the ruler of Hyderabad. Chand Sahib and Anwaruddin both wants to be the ruler of Karnataka. So English supported Nazir Jung, French supported Muzaffar Jung. Because of that, the war had opened. Here also, it was the English who supported Anwaruddin to rule over Karnataka. The French supported chance ahead. Finally, just like naturally, the war is going to occur. Because of this reason, just like the war has occurred. Okay, and it was the Treaty of Pondicherry, which ended the Second Anglo-French War in the year 17. How much? 54. 1754. 1754. Next, move to the Third Anglo-French War. Third Anglo-French War. Third Anglo-French War. The Third Anglo-French War. Here comes two important ports. Saint David. Saint David, Vizianabram. These were two important port cities. Okay, these were two important port cities. And finally, the French attacked these two ports of the English. These were two important port of the English, and it was the French who tried to capture. So because of this reason, the war is occurred. Finally, the English defeated the French all together. So no more the French. Okay. So this is the basic reason you remember. First Anglo-French War, Second Anglo-French War, Third Anglo-French War. And the Dutch, Battle of Pidara, 1759. And for Portuguese, they went back. Why have they went back? Because
Their national power.
they went away because they discovered Brazil. Yeah, Brazil was more important than India because of that reason. And remember, they were unable to roll over India because religiously they were too harsh. Okay, they are trying to promote their own religion because of that reason. Another and defective administration. When administration is not good, you will never experience success because of that reason. Next is the English. Now my topic is called. I will end up with the English. Okay, it was I will take 30 minutes. I will just take 30 minutes. Another I will discuss about how the British capture India finally at the end of the day and how they rolled till 1947. Okay. December 16th century is when the East India Company was formed, and they got a signature from Queen Elizabeth. Remember one more thing: when the East India Company was signed or when it was formed, it was a private company. This is so important. It was not a government company, but slowly, it was the government who take up over the East India Company, because the people who is working in this East India Company become richer and richer. They are becoming corrupted. So initially, after last NPC, it was a private company. East India Company was a private company. Okay. And remember, the first British to land in the Indian name is John Milton Hall. 1599-80, a businessman, a merchant, for a business purpose, he is the first Britisher to land in India. Often asked in BSc, who was the first Britisher to land in India? It was John Milton Hall. From NBC point of view, remember this name. Okay. And next is William Hawkins. William Hawkins, 1608, and Thomas Ray, 1615. James I of England, King of England, Jahangir, remember, 1613, city of Surat. It was William Hawkins who came to India in the year 1608, and it was Thomas Ray who came to India in the year 1615. All these persons are the ambassador of James I, and James I is the King of England. Why have they both sent? For business purpose. Initially, Jahangir never gave the trade permit, but in the later he gave the trade permit. Because of that reason, city of Surat in Gujarat. Surat is the first headquarters of the British India. Please write down 1613. It was Surat which was the first headquarters of the British. Because who is granted? It was King Jahangir. The Mughal king gave permissions to this person to set up their headquarters. So this is how initially small headquarters was set up. No confusion. I hope in modern India you will try to attempt all the question because you also know something about here. Yes, ancient medieval no one knows, but modern India some topics are even connected in this way, right? Okay. I hope you will do it. Okay. St. George Fort and Madras, the name is same, okay? They're all same. If in the option there is no Madras, go for St. George Fort. All are same. And this is the headquarters of the British in the South India. And Orissa is their headquarters in the Eastern India. The first headquarters of the British in the East India was set up in Orissa. The first headquarters of the British in the South India was set up in the Madras, which is also known as the St. George Fort. So see, initially they are trying to capture some area, buy some land, okay? The Indians are selling their land. But you see, we are jumping up. This is from the preliminary points of view, a crash course, so I'm going to jump up now. 1 year you have to remember, 1715 is known as the Magna Carta. Magna Carta. When I say Magna Carta, it's something to do with independent. Okay, you get independent from someone. You got married. Yes. Or might be you got freedom from a district, you got a statehood. Like that, Magna Carta is something to do with freedom. So 1715-80 is known as Magna Carta for the British India. Please write down. 1715-80 is known as the Magna Carta for the British India. Because what happened? Because on this day, on 1715-80, King Farrukh Shah, the Mughal king, granted trade licenses to the British permanently on three border cities: Bengal, Gujarat, and Hyderabad. The three richest states in India. Right, even now. Bengal is often known as the capital of India before 1911. Okay, even now it's the business capital of India. Mumbai is Bengal, you know. Okay, richest city in India. Gujarat, Hyderabad. If you go to South India, it is Hyderabad. If you go to North India, it's all about Delhi. In West India, it's all about Gujarat. Mumbai is, you know. In Eastern India, it is the Bengal. West Bengal, even today, they are coming for what reason? Why are we traveling to Bengal, Calcutta? For what reason? Yes. Yes, obviously there is a, absolutely, that means business, right? It's a business hub of India. That's the reason. So, see, just paying a few amount of money, the British got the trade licenses. Now I'm going to trade freely in 3 border cities. Bengal, Gujarat and Hyderabad. So known as the Magna Carta. Who has given this? Farrokh Shia. And with this we have ended up this topic. Okay, Farrokh Shia. So now, remember, now these are some of the border cities. Already they have established Surat, Bengal, Mumbai, Gujarat, Hyderabad. Now, there are 2 important battles which the British will openly fight with the Indians, some Indian kings, to establish a role over India. Officially. Okay, so we will discuss about the Battle of Plassey and Battle of Boxer. Only 2 battles. I'm going to give you the causes of this battle and the effects of this battle. And with this, we will end up today. Okay, bullet 1. Just remember, if in PCRC, which battle laid the foundations of the British rule in India? It will be the Battle of Plassey. The Battle of Plassey laid the foundations of the British rule in India. But if in PCRC, which battle strengthened the role of the British rule in India, and after which battle the British began to rule directly over India? Battle of Boxer. This is too important. Which battle laid the foundations of the British rule in India? Battle of Plassey. But which battle strengthened the British rule in India? And the British began to rule directly over India after the Battle of Boxer. So only reason. Okay. So now remember the day on which the day the Battle of Plassey was fought. 23rd June 1757, and it was a war between Robert Clive. Robert Clive was the commander of the British, and it was the ruler of Bengal known as Siraj-ud-Dowlah. Siraj-ud-Dowlah, the ruler of Bengal, the richest province in India, Bengal. Now, if you capture this, almost you capture everywhere now. Yes, officially now, if you capture this area, you're going to capture everything. What was the reason? Why for war over? Yes, give me one reason. Why the Battle of Plassey occurred for the first time? Finally, why? One reason. Yes.
Siraj-ud-Dowlah, he wanted to maintain the British were using the Farman.
Okay, yes. See, coming closer. They come for only. Why have they come? Yes, Dastap, which means a trade license. They got a license, but they are misusing it. The British are misusing it. The most important reason is this one. They are businessmen. They are misusing it. Second is they are trying to fortify Calcutta without their permission. Now they want to just like build the city of Calcutta without the permissions of the British. Siraj-ud-Dowlah, the ruler of Bengal. That's the reason. That's the reason. Okay. It was the British who misused the trade licenses. Second is they are trying to keep build Calcutta without the reason. Does that means what? Free trade licenses, often as an NBC. That's the reason. That's the reason. And remember, NBC might ask in this way: why was the Battle of Plassey won before it was fought? Any idea? Why have the Battle of Plassey? People, the British feel like we have won the battle before we fought it.
Because of the arms.
Okay. Just if you want reason. Mir Jafar. Okay. Mir Jafar is too important here. Mir Jafar was the commander of Siraj-ud-Dowlah. They have made a promise. After the war, we will lead you to be the ruler of Bengal. You pay us taxes. And if you're able, suppose if you help us in this war, we will let you become the new ruler of Bengal. So obviously, just like the battle was fought, that's the reason they have made a secret alliance with Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar has betrayed his commander, Siraj-ud-Dowlah. So easily, the war was won on a few days. That's the reason now Mir Jafar is going to become the new ruler of Bengal. That is how the British have won the war. Okay, or else, how comes easily? I'm a ruler of India. Yes, in Siraj-ud-Dowlah. How can I be captured easily by these British forces? But his commander has betrayed him. Mir Jafar, please write down. Mir Jafar, Raidullah, Jagat Singh, Mir Jafar. There are 5 persons who betrayed him. Please write down. Jagat Singh, a banker, Raidullah, and Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar. These are the people who betrayed this person. So in this class, who are the person who betrayed Siraj-ud-Dowlah in the Battle of Plassey? It was Mir Jafar, the real person who betrayed him, and one more, Raidullah, Jagat Singh, a banker, and Mir Jafar. These are the 4 persons who are the local Indians, the Bengali, who betrayed his master Siraj-ud-Dowlah. And that is how the Battle of Plassey was fought. And this battle laid the foundation of the British rule in India. Almost you have captured now Hyderabad, you capture Bengal, you capture Surat. Yes. What more you want now? Now, the second battle is going to be fought. It is just a continuation, okay? Just listen very carefully. Just listen very carefully from the historical point of view. Mir? What was the spelling? Mir? Spelling Mir? F-A-R. Vencedor. Next word here. Remember, the story is like this. We all know it was Mir Jafar who will be made the new governor of Bengal once the war was won in the Battle of Plassey. Yes, Mir Jafar became the ruler of Bengal, and he was paying the taxes to the British happily. Miran, after he died, his son, Mir Jafar, after he died, his son, Miran became the new governor of Bengal. But something happened. After the death of Miran, a war broke out between Miran's son and Mir Jafar's son-in-law. Okay, so who was the right person to become the governor? No. Miran's son, right? So, listen to me very carefully. Mir Jafar is the father of Miran. So, it was the right for Miran to inherit his father, right? So Miran's son should become the new ruler of Bengal when Miran died. But unfortunately, Mir Jafar's son-in-law, Mir Kazim took the help of the British. They signed a treaty in the year 1760. That is not important, okay? But he signed a treaty again. So what happened is that Mir Kazim became the ruler of Bengal. The British thought that Mir Kazim is going to be a puppet. Okay, but no, Mir Kazim was a very skillful, a clever governor of Bengal, one of the powerful. One of the most important, powerful governor of Bengal. For that reason, right after he became the governor, he transferred the capital to have a safe distance with the British. He transferred the governor from the capital of India from Bengal to Munger. Munger is in present day Bihar. Okay, from Bengal he shifted his capital to Munger, and he stopped paying taxes to the British. Because of this reason, now the war is going to take place. Here, Mir Kazim also knows that he cannot win the war alone. Yes, so he took the help of two persons. Shah Alam, the Mughal king, Shah Alam II. Please write down. Shah Alam II, the Mughal king, and Shuja-ud-Dawla, the ruler of Awadh. Okay, Shuja-ud-Dawla. Spelling is very important. Shuja-ud-Dawla is the ruler or king of Awadh. So, why the battle of Buxar is so unique? Here because for the first time, the British have defeated three kings, three rulers from different category, right? One is the Mughal king, the other is the ruler of Awadh, the other is the ruler of Bengal. So, Please write down. Treaty of Allahabad ended the Battle of Boxer. Of the next name is 1765. 1765 is the battle which ended the Battle of Plassey. Treaty of Allahabad 1765 ended the which battle? The Battle of Boxer. Battle of Boxer. Remember, and it was the Battle of Boxer that strengthened the role of the British in India. And from this battle, the British began to rule directly over India. This is too important. Which battle strengthened? It was Battle of Boxer. But the foundation was laid by the Battle of Plassey. Remember, we all know without money you cannot survive, right? So we all need money. So the British got the Diwani right from this battle. This is too important. From which battle the British got the right to collect taxes from the people in India? It was the Battle of Boxer. The Diwani right, which means the right to collect money. Right to collect money. And this is the only reason you remember. And Robert Clive, it was Robert Clive who introduced the 12th government in India. 1765 is too important because on this day, the 12th government was announced by Robert Clive, and it was very hasty in the year 1775. Who cancelled it? I'm going to end up the topic here. The 12th government. It was Robert Clive after the Battle of Boxer, which introduced the 12th government, the two government. So now I'm going to tell you this. What is this 12th government? You like the topic? I think it's clear and easy. I'm giving you the very short form, okay? Because this is the crash course. You just have 3 weeks. 3 weeks to go for NPC prelims. Yes. How much you can study now? It was just every day you study 10 hours, you have around 210 hours, right? So in that new things you can still study less 30. Okay, maximum 30 questions you can add. How much you are ready now? Now by now you are at least how much? It is 80, 70 to 80. Possible, very much possible. Okay, we are all trying our best. And remember, okay, we have two types, Nizamat and Diwani. Okay, which means the dual government. Who introduced the dual government? It was Robert Clive, the governor of Bengal, the first governor of Bengal. It was Robert Clive who introduced the dual government in India. Now I'm going to discuss this. What is this? After the Battle of Boxer, Nizamat means the police force, who is responsible for maintenance of law and order. Diwani means who is responsible for collection of taxes. Nizamat means maintenance of law and order. Diwani means collection of taxes. Remember, Robert Clive was very clever. Okay. Robert Clive was too clever. Nizamat function. Okay, please write down. This Nizamat function, okay, this power was taken over by the British from the ruler of Bengal after the Battle of Boxer. Diwani function was taken over by the British from the Mughal rulers, Shah Alam, after the Battle of Boxer. So now, even though there is the ruler of Bengal, okay, he is responsible for, the ruler of Bengal is responsible for maintenance of law and order. But now he has to depend on the British because the British really control the Diwani right as well as the police forces. At the end of the day, who will do the duties? It is the ruler of Bengal. But unfortunately, if he wants some soldiers, he will ask only to the British. And if he wants some money, he will take the money from the British because the Diwani in Nizamat function all were taken away after the Battle of Boxer. So this is known as the dual government. In the picture, who will come up? It is the ruler of Bengal, but inside it is the British. It's a very good for the British to control, to capture more areas, but it created misgovernance. The most worst feature of the dual government was it created a huge law and order problem in India. Who will look after India? Yes. So Waring Hastings, the new governor, abolished in the year 1770. It was Waring Hastings, the new governor, who abolished it. Who will stop here? Okay. So from MPC point of view, I feel like this is somehow important. I will explain once more. What is this dual government? Ruled by two persons. In short, right? Dual government means ruled by two persons. One is by the British, the other is by the Indians, the ruler of Bengal. But you know, Nizamat function to maintain law and order, the armed forces was taken away from the Indians after the Battle of Boxer. And Diwani right was taken over by the British from the ruler of Bengal after the Battle of Boxer. So everything is under the control of the British. But for maintenance of law and order, you take the permissions of the Nawab. So it is not a dual government. So with this short topic, it was the coming of the Europeans, how the British have established the role of India. From here it was 4 questions. Okay, 4 questions directly you can expect. So with this, we have enough. This is just a crash course. We can't give much. Tomorrow is too important because tomorrow I'm going to discuss 2 hours. Role of Mahatma Gandhi and Subhash Chandra Bose in the freedom struggle. And lastly, I will end up with the Indian National Congress. And Wednesday, I'm going to discuss about the Governor General along with their events in India and important commissions and recommendations before India got independent. So that is how I'm going to end up. So best of luck class and we'll see you tomorrow. Just a second.